The best way to start learning music instruments. When you got a good feel about music, you can start learning some music instruments. Then, you can play the masterpieces and even create your own music. Whether you want to join your school's band, have dreams of being a professional musician, or just want a new hobby, learning to play an instrument is a rewarding and stimulating activity. Choose an instrument that you want to play and learn music you enjoy. Your desire to improve your skills will help you overcome any challenges you face. Choosing an instrument. Get to know the different families of musical instruments. Musical instruments are categorized in families. Often, learning how to play one instrument in a family makes it easier to learn other instruments in the same family. The strings family includes the violin, viola, cello, double bass, as well as the guitar, both acoustic and electric, and the ukulele. The brass family includes the trumpet, trombone, and tuba. The woodwind family includes the flute, oboe, clarinet, and bassoon. The keyboard family includes the piano, organ, and harpsichord. The percussion family includes all drums, cymbals, and maracas. Decide which genre of music you'd like to play. Many different instruments are associated with a particular genre of music. If you know what type of music you'd like to play, you can better narrow down what instruments you're interested in learning. Connect to your ethnic culture with a traditional instrument. Traditional ethnic music is often played on distinct instruments that aren't used in any other setting. If you're interested in exploring your ethnic roots or learning more about your cultural traditions, you might try a traditional instrument. Evaluate the relative popularity of the instrument. Choosing a more popular instrument may mean you face stiffer competition if you want to try out for a band or orchestra. At the same time, sometimes learning a less popular instrument in the same family will make it easier to learn that other instrument later on. Visit a music store to try instruments you're curious about. Before you make a final decision on which instrument you want to play, take some time to actually pick one up and hold it. Even though you don't know how to play it, you can still get an idea of whether it's right for you. Watch musicians playing the instrument live. Try a small show or an open mic night where you can watch the performance up close and see people play who are at different levels of mastery. Watching skilled musicians perform can give you a better idea of what you can do with the instrument, or you could watch YouTube videos of established musicians who play in shows or events. Research maintenance and ownership costs for the instrument. The initial purchase price of an instrument can be a relatively small investment in comparison to how much it costs to keep and maintain it. Take these costs into account before you dedicate yourself to a particular instrument. An employee at a music store or a skilled musician can help you understand the true cost of owning that particular instrument. Find an instrument that is the right size for you. Many instruments come in different sizes to accommodate people of all ages and statures. When choosing the right instrument, consider your finger size, hand span, and the relative strength in your arms, especially if you'll have to hold the instrument while you play it. Purchase your instrument and any necessary accessories. There are many beginners kits available for different instruments that come with any necessary accessories you might need. Make sure you have everything you'll need to play and maintain the instrument, even if you won't necessarily use all the accessories right away. Mastering the fundamentals. Sit or stand with proper posture. If you're sitting to play an instrument, sit on the edge of a chair or bench with your feet flat on the floor. Keep your back straight and your shoulders relaxed so that your shoulder blades are tucked along either side of your spine. When standing, retain the same upper body posture as when you're sitting. Hold your instrument correctly. If you're playing an instrument that you hold in your hands or strapped to your body, learn the correct way to hold it from the beginning so you don't pick up any bad habits. Check online or talk to a local music instructor to learn how to hold your particular instrument like trumpet, trombone, tuba, flute, violin, etc. Make your instrument produce a sound correctly. Before you learn how to play music, you need to learn how to make the instrument produce sound. With some instruments, such as a piano or keyboard, this is relatively easy. You simply press a key. Others, such as woodwinds and brass instruments, may take some time to figure out how to get the sound right. However, remember to keep the flow of the sound, in that you switch intervals in between playing one note correctly and playing two or more notes together correctly. This will boost learning and confidence. Pick up your first notes, chords, or beats. Some instruments, such as the piano and the guitar, can play both individual notes and chords, depending on the style of music you're playing. However, most instruments, including the saxophone or the trombone, can only play one note at a time. Look for a simple melody to start playing your first notes. Hire a teacher to help guide your learning. A teacher can prevent you from developing bad habits and keep you accountable for your practicing and your progress. A good teacher will also help motivate you when you're having difficulty. Use online resources if you can't find a teacher. If there aren't teachers of your instrument near you, or you can't fit the expense of a teacher into your budget, you can still learn to play an instrument. There are numerous free resources online, as well as apps you can download on your smartphone or tablet. For example, if you're learning piano, you might try Zebra Keys or Piano Nanny. For budding guitarists, Justin Guitar provides video tutorials, articles, and other resources. Start practicing scales. Scales are the building blocks of music. Whether on a guitar, piano, or other instrument, when you practice scales, you learn how to play notes on your instrument as well as how those notes relate to one another. Although it may seem boring, if you don't master scales, you won't have the proper foundation to be a strong musician. Keep your instrument in tune. If your instrument is out of tune, nothing you play will sound right. For the beginner, there are websites you can visit or free apps you can download to your smartphone that will help you tune your instrument. Make a habit of tuning your instrument every time you play it. Practicing. Set a goal for playing your instrument. A goal gives you something concrete to work toward and can make you more motivated. Find a realistic goal that you can achieve with practice and training within a few months. Designate a specific practice area. Ideally, choose a quiet, private area with few distractions where you can practice. Set up everything you need for practice, so all you have to do is enter the space to start practicing your instrument. Schedule 30-minute practice sessions 3 to 5 days a week. Try to practice at the same time each day so practicing your instrument becomes habitual. Ideally, you should practice every day, but you may need to work up to that. Start each practice session with a brief warm-up. Playing a musical instrument can be physically demanding as well as mentally challenging. Do a few stretches or brief exercises to warm up the joints and muscles you'll use while playing. Focus on a single song each week that you want to learn. Plan your practice sessions at the beginning of each week so you can get the most out of your time. When you're just starting out, it may take you a whole week to learn a single song. When you get better, you may find that you can learn a song in a single practice session. Include time for honing fundamental playing skills. After practicing the piece you're working on, spend the next 10 minutes of your practice playing scales or learning new techniques. Even when you start to get comfortable playing music you enjoy, you won't get any better if you neglect the fundamentals. End each practice session with something fun. Spend the last 10 minutes of your practice session doing something you enjoy doing. This will help remind you why you wanted to learn to play the instrument in the first place. Taking some time to have fun can be especially helpful if you've had a challenging or frustrating practice session. Clean and store your instrument correctly after each practice session. Wipe down your instrument after playing and return it to its case. Keep your instrument out of direct sunlight or high levels of humidity. Building musical fluency. Teach yourself how to read music notation. It isn't strictly necessary to know how to read music to play an instrument. There are many famous musicians who never learned how to read music and play by ear. However, if you know how to read music, you'll have a much easier time learning new songs. Join a band or start your own. Once you have the basics down and can play a few songs, sharpen your skills by playing with others. If you're in school, you may be able to join a marching band, pep band, or school orchestra. Even if you're not in school, there may be community bands that you could participate in. Play your instrument in public for encouragement and feedback. If a bar or cafe near you has an open mic night, you can sign up to perform there. If you have stage fright or the thought of performing in front of others causes anxiety, film yourself playing alone at home. You can share the video with friends and family. Study the techniques of skilled musicians who play your instrument. Look for videos online where you can actually see how the musician is playing the instrument. Live sets or videos where the person is performing for a small audience are good for this. Watch for tricks that you can pick up and add to your own playing. Choose your favorite music instrument and start playing now. Thanks for watching.